fit. That's a drip. She in my wrist. That's a freezer. Give me assist. Give me teamwork. Keep it consistent. For the distance.
Today, from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, it's Week 18 of the NFL on EA Sports. Herbert and the Los Angeles Chargers versus Lamar Jackson and the Kansas City Chiefs.
It was once just an idea until breaking ground in November of 2016, and now here it is in all its glory. Spectacular SoFi Stadium here in metropolitan Los Angeles. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the LA Chargers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and yes, it's January 7th, but we haven't seen you since New Year's Eve, so we have to say Happy New Year, one and all. And partner, Happy New Year to you. This is it, the conclusion of the 2023 season. Hard to believe, but we got a good one here between division rivals. And you like what the NFL's done here, making Week 18 all division games.
I think it's one of the more inspired moves by the league because they've made these matchups really count. And typically they mean something, not a lot of coasting as people head towards the playoffs. But I do have to ask, January 7th, is it too late to say it? We're kind of right on the borderline, aren't we, about Happy New Year? Because that always seems to be the subject of debate.
In motion right goes Allen. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. This defense for the Chiefs, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Herbert. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Here's Herbert. He's got Allen. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. So from the 37, here's 2nd and a yard. Up the middle with Eckler. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. In motion right comes Allen. 1st down, and they stick with Eckler. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
They'll run for the first time with Isaiah Spiller. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it, but I'm probably giving my quarterback some room.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. Now it's Chris Boswell on for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. Well, they're sending out an early memo that points are not going to be easy to come by in this one. A block here in the opening quarter, and what a block it was.
I love how you talked about sending out a memo. I know of one special teams coach who leaves a note in the lockers of guys he wants on his special teams. A direct invitation to them. He wants them to have the pride in what they're doing. This group showed it.
And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Kadarius Toney, his 104th career touchdown, one shy of Tim Brown on the all-time list. And the Chiefs take the block field goal and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. The field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
Nick Bolton there on the tackle. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Waiting on it will be Richie James. Taking it about the 36. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Dancing to his left. This ball deep for Tony. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Kadarius Toney. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. They started on the ground with Eckler. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw here, Herbert. A little short pass. This is Everett. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Eckler now between the tackles. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Herbert now. On the screen, this is Eckler. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Herbert. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Here's Herbert. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Chris Jones able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. As the offense reemerges, there's wide receiver Kadarius Toney leading him out. He has certainly made the most of his catches so far, both of them going for touchdowns here in half number 1.
And we've never met.
And that's caught inside the 35. Kansas City touchdown. Kadarius Toney on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Chiefs are able to widen their advantage. Butker now to add the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Herbert's throw taken in by Palmer. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now it's Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Partner, it took a while for him to lock onto a receiver, and he finally found his man coming left to right across the formation. But by the time he got the ball to him, not much of a chance to turn upfield and make anything out of it.
James now to return it. A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this fight. That's caught inside the 20. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Kadarius Toney on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Chiefs are able to add on to their first-half lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the route is on here in this first half. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. The Chargers going to take over now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Herbert has it knocked free. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On 3rd down, it's Spiller. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. James now to return. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We'll start our tour in the entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada, where you see the final score there. Jimmy Garoppolo, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. From there, we head over to the West Coast. Check out the Niners at home at Levi Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting LA Rams. Brock Purdy with a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get to the desert to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. The Seahawks trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. In the game you're watching, we've seen a strong first half out of Lamar Jackson. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. As we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. Jerick McKinnon to take it out of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Kadarius Toney, 70 yards. And the Chiefs come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust, make the long throw, and it ends with a really big touchdown.
Yeah, moving to his left. The key to everything when they're moving outside of the pocket, doesn't matter which side, making sure those shoulders get around and you get back square so you can get everything on the throw and create the big play we just saw there downfield.
Butker on for the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra quick work. One of the fastest. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. The drive starts with a give to Spiller. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Out of the gun, Herbert. Hit as he throws, and the ball is out. It's a live football, and I think the Chiefs have it. They do.
I know it's a phrase that sounds really cool, strip sack, but all we're talking about is getting to the guy, getting to the passer, making the tackle, making the play, but do a little bit extra, right? Stripping the ball out, working the arm free. That's become a big emphasis for all defenders.
Yeah, and as a defender with the emphasis, this is something that's practiced.
Practiced all the time. Taking the ball away, creating turnovers, that's really job one for any defense because that's how you win in today's NFL.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs continue to pour it on. They go up by 40 now. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So the Chargers offense back out and ready to go. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
That's complete to the tight end, Everett. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
On second down, here's Herbert. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here. And that one, it backfired in a big way.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
L.A. set to take over again on offense.
The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
Right side, he has Johnston.
It'll be a gain of 5. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Herbert on 3rd down now.
Drops it underneath to Spiller.
And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on for the 5th time here today. Taking it about the 16. A good return there, 17 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Jackson. Rolling to his left.
This ball deep for Tony.
It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for KC. 48 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action.
And that's caught. It's Kelce. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelce hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Butker now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it culminates in a Travis Kelce touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Chargers offense back onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Right back to Spiller on second down. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
From the gun, Herbert on third down. Complete to Johnston here. And he is going to have the Chargers first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. Looking to throw. Herbert. A little short pass. This is Everett.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Herbert. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
They'll look to throw again. Open man, it's Palmer. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. As the offense reemerges, there's wide receiver Kadarius Toney leading him out. Let's see here, Charles. 6 catches, over 100 yards. Call that a pretty good day at the office.
And I love the accumulation.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown! Kadarius Toney with career touchdown number 109. That ties him with Barry Sanders on the all-time NFL list. And the Chiefs look poised to reach 17-0 as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. So out come the Chargers. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Justin Herbert looking to throw on second down. That's complete to Palmer here. Looking to throw. Herbert. Trent McDuffie. This one home. It's a touchdown. Now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things, but these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. LA readies for its next possession. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Chris Jones in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Mike Edwards picks it off. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick 6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Possession switching back now to the Chargers. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny. I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game.
Herbert has it knocked free, but a Chargers player was able to fall on it, and they'll keep possession. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered, because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Back to throw. Herbert. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, that frustration, Charles, it's been building on the defensive side of the ball, and unfortunately there, it turns into a roughing the passer penalty.
Yeah, and they should be frustrated because he's picked them apart the entire game, but it's got to come out in a different way. You can't hit him illegally. Stop him downfield the way you're supposed to.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's Herbert now on 2nd down. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Herbert back to the air. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for L.A. And this will be taken at the 13. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. Oh, Lamar Jackson just so electric, Charles, when he gets into open space, and we saw Exhibit A right there.
You know something? I'm standing up here in the booth next to you watching the play. He buckled my ankles on that one as well. It doesn't matter whether you're actually on the field trying to chase him or you're just watching.
He's got a man, complete. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Butker on for the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's Kadarius Toney who caps things with a touchdown reception. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Herbert. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Here's 2nd and 10. Herbert throwing again. A little short pass. This is Everett. And he'll wind up picking up about 4 as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Back to throw again. And that will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They'll look to set up his blockers. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and out will come the offense as they take over. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Butker now to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Take it at the 37. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it out to his left.
This ball deep for Tony.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Butker on for the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Now a 2nd and 10. One last throw here for Herbert. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Chiefs, they finish off a perfect regular season, 17-0. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for L.A., it's a tough loss to take as they'll finish things off at 9-8. But they've got better days in their future. Of that, you can be sure. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Southern California.
Yeah, if I did it, then I did it right. Yeah, this ain't happened for me overnight. Yeah, bet against me, you gon' pay the price. Yeah, down to business, I ain't playing nice. Yeah.